Hi, good evening. This is your host, your guy, DLG Reppin. And I'm going to be doing my player ratings for this afternoon's game earlier in the evening against Wolves, where it finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Arsenal 2. For me, it was a fabulous away day performance. We had fight, a lot of organisation, discipline, grit, and a lot of hard work. But before, obviously I'm going to talk about the player ratings soon. But I'm going to talk about the game itself. The first half, there wasn't much between the two teams. Two main chances. Ahmed Traore, and then he scored in under a minute. Good block by Martinez off his chest, and Eddie Nketiah hit the post, but via a good save by Rua Patricio. And then we get the goal just 3 minutes before half time, and it was a good strike by Bukayo Saka, and that's the sort of goal that we would like to see in him, and get more goals from that midfield position. But overall, I am majorly delighted with Bukayo Saka's goal, and I am delighted with the Arsenal's way of playing. Second half, we were under the cosh for the bulk of the game. And they showed Sky Sports showed the action area, and there was over 40% in Arsenal's half compared to Wolves, who had 4% of pressure. But as the second half grew, I felt that we got more and more into we started to get into the game, make a couple of substitutions, and Willock did well to set up the killer goal, which Lacazette scored. He took it superbly well, where his first touch on his right foot went around the defender, and he puts it past Patricio at the back stick. Good finish. And overall, I thought a number of players performed well, and it was a great team performance, a fabulous team performance, I would say. But we need to calm down, as Claude said in Arsenal Fan TV. Big up yourself, Claude. Massive shout out from me, DLG, to you, Claude. So without further ado, I would like to get into my player rating. So in goal, Martinez, solid when called upon, and first half in the first few seconds of the game, he made a good save one-on-one with Traore. Second half, he didn't really have much to do, but other than make a couple of good catches, so he gets a solid 8 from me. I was going to give him a 7.5, but I'm going to give him an 8. Our defensive three, Mustafi, superb today. His passing range was spot on at times. And when called upon, he stood up to Adama Traore, and he stood up to the task, really. He was very well switched on. He gets an 8. David Luiz, wow. He looks like a different player in the back three, in the middle of the back three, and defended well when he had to. But very, very very comfortable on the ball, and very technically, well, I won't say technically, but he was very calm, and I felt he held his own today. So I'm going to give him an 8. Kolasinac, he could have drove forward with the ball a little bit, but other than that, he was solid today, and he stood up to the task against Ahmed Traore and helped Tierney out. So he gets a solid 7.5. Kieran Tierney had to come off early in the second half, and I felt He was defensively as solid as they can be. He only allowed Traore to go past him 2 times, once in the first half and once in the second half. But overall, he was sound defensively, and offensively, he put in a good cross, and he teed up the cross for Bukayo Saka. So I'm gonna give him a 7 because I would have given him the higher. I would have given him possibly an 8, but I'm gonna give him a 7. The midfield three, well, the wing backs, Cedric Soares, first half not so good, but second half he improved a little bit more, and he did play his part for the first goal. He was very much part of that first goal where he crossed the ball on the other, where he played a cross side ball on the other side of the pitch, which reached Tierney. But more solid in the second half. I'm going to give him a 6.5. With Mark Tierney down and of Mark Cedric, I'm going to mark the midfielders. Granit Xhaka, absolutely magnificent, and I never thought I'd say that, but I thought he was absolutely magnificent. You know, you talk about tenacious. You look at the midfielder who sits between the centre halves or in front of the back three. You're looking at him to be tenacious, physical, and alert in his position. And I felt he did the job. He did all those jobs extremely well today. And I'm going to give Granit Xhaka an 8.5. Ceballos, fantastic today. On the ball, off the ball, he was fantastic, and he had some bite to him and some fight. I saw some bite and fight. I saw a guy who was technically terrific today on the ball, and he has a 8.5. Bukayo Saka, completely magnificent. You know, scored a goal from an assist from Tierney. Never stopped running, never stopped working hard, and that's what we had to do today. It was a hard-working game for us. Bukayo Saka gets a 9, man of the match for me. Aubameyang, he worked as hard as he could. He had one chance in that first half. We may have been on target, or we may have been hitting the post. He gave as much as he could give. Wasn't much of a goal threat, but he did work hard for the team, so I'll give him a 6.5. Eddie Nketiah never stopped defending from the front. I mean, he worked harder than any of the 11 that started by closing the defenders down. He never gave him a moment's peace, whether it's Bolly, Cody, or Sayers. He never gave them a moment's peace, and he did everything he can in that game, and he was unlucky not to score for a chance that he had in the first half. 7 for Eddie Nketiah. The substitutes, Willock came on, put himself about, and he teed up Lacazette for the killer goal, so he gets a 7. Maitland-Niles, he came on and he went toe-to-toe with Adam Traore, and he didn't do too bad. And going forward, he didn't offer us that much or very little, so he gets a 6.5. Bellerin, he came on and he looked solid in the tackle. Didn't offer us much going forward, but I'm going to give him a 6 because he didn't have much time to make an impact. Lacazette, for me, he came on and scored the winning goal. Held the ball up extremely well. Linked up play with his teammates, should I say? And I felt he was reasonably lively. So on top of that, I'm going to give him a 7. And I can't think of another substitute that we brought on. That's what we did. I don't think we brought. Oh, Torreira. It was lovely to see him today. He gets a 7. No, I'm gonna give him a 5.5. He didn't have much impact in the game. And as for Mikel Arteta, tactically, he was spot on. The lineup was completely spot on, and he got us defending extremely well. We were extremely organised, disciplined, and we showed a lot of grit and fight today. And that was due to his tactics. And the players are slowly starting to buy into Arteta's philosophy. And you know what? They seem a lot more happier because of how Arteta's getting a tune out of them, and so they should be. So Arteta, yeah, I'm going to give him an 8.5, and that includes my player rating, my substitutes rating, my management rating, and the referee, Michael Oliver, average 1.5, just not good enough. So without further ado, I'm going to have to leave it here. I only have a certain amount of minutes left. And ladies, to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, have a good evening, or it could be good morning or afternoon, yeah? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. From your guy, your host, DLG Reppin. It's always peace, it's always love, and it's always blessings, yeah? And once again, if you've got anything to say about the Arsenal performance, then yeah, fellow Arsenal fans all over the world, drop your comments. Leave your opinions and your thoughts in my comment section below, should I say. Do smash the thumbs up like button, and do remember to subscribe to my channel, DLG Reppin. 959 subscribers left, and I'll be doing big streamings. And do make sure you follow me on this channel here, YouTube, and I'll do the best to produce more videos for you. I did say I was going to do an evening. I've done that, even though I'm a little bit late, but better late than never, you know, as they say. Peace out, good night, and rest well.